Welcome back. It's Clover, and today we're going to talk a little bit about budgeting. So, if you haven't noticed, I have been on a 2-month break. I know it's hard on YouTube to tell because I am really inconsistent about posting videos, and it's on my goals to be a little bit better about that, but YouTubing makes me uncomfortable, so I've been bad at it. So, anyway, what I want to talk about today is I just came up on my 1-year anniversary of deciding to bite the bullet and create a budget and stick to the budget. And I decided to start pulling numbers to see how well I did. And to be fair, I started budgeting without really having any goals other than pay off debt, which I was $67,000 in debt from student loans and a car payment. And my other goal, really that was my only goal, was I wanted to pay off all my debt before I'm 33, which I'm 28 now. I had to think about it for a second. I have 5 years to get to that, so it may not seem like that big of a deal. I started hard by just tracking everything that I was spending and realized before I started the budget that I was blowing like $600 every 2 weeks on things like drinking and eating out and going on dates. $600 motherfucking dollars, which is insane. $600 could buy me a flight to Europe. $600 could pay for a weekend getaway. It could take me to Mexico to like chill with friends or just to hang out on a resort. Like, there are so many things that $600 could do that aren't related to boozing and eating out. And so when I saw that number, I was really uncomfortable and ashamed and kind of disgusted with myself. I don't like to think that my values align with drinking and partying and just like living for the moment. Like, I don't think living for the moment is a bad thing, but not living for the moment in the way that involves this type of consumerism. And so I started writing about budgeting, and I started posting my budgets, and I started writing about everything that I spent my money on, and I started talking about the fuck ups and the victories and the wins and the loses. And 1 year later, I was thinking that I've been doing pretty good. In the last year, I paid off my car, which I had I want to say I had $12,000 on that to pay off last year about. And then I put down extra money on my student loans. So I ended up paying off about $20,000 in debt in this last year, which you would think that would take the $67,000 down to $47,000, but it doesn't work that way because of interest. So I am at about $50,000 in debt now, so pretty close to what I thought I would have been if I had just done simple math. Anyway, as I went in today to start writing about this last year of budgeting, I decided to take a look at all of the numbers and the monthly spends in each category and also figure out what percentage I'm actually living off of my salary, hoping and thinking, because I'm cocky, thinking, oh, I'll surely land under 50%. Like, I'm probably right at 50%, and maybe I'll surprise myself and I was actually living off of 30% of my income because I'm that good at budgeting now. No. When I decided, or when I actually found out what the numbers are, I am a little bit disappointed in myself. Even though, I'm disappointed in myself because I want to do better. However, I am also very proud of myself because I've done a killer job at writing a budget, tracking everything that I spend money on for the last year, and, being more aware of it, which is something that I wasn't before. I didn't care. I didn't think that I could ever be debt-free, and I definitely didn't think that I could start investing or, even have a potential of ever being wealthy. So I spend not 50% of what I bring home. I actually spend almost 63%, which is less than the average American. However, that's after my debt. So if you look at what I spend every month on debt included, My debt, I spend about 27% of my income on debt, like student loans and that car payment, which I paid off. Which, if you add 27% to 63%, is freaking 90% of my income. So that means I'm only saving 10% of my income, which I guess isn't that bad because I'm focused on paying off debt right now. But I really feel like I can get that percentage that I'm living off of smaller. I mean, I spent $10,000 on travel this year because I didn't budget for travel. I just decided, fuck it, I'm going to go to Italy. Fuck it, I'm going to go to Mexico. Fuck it, I'm going to go to Germany and France. And I did that because I had money in the bank and was like, I mean, it was that fuck it mentality ultimately. And while I don't regret doing things like traveling, I would like to cut that number in half for this next year, because I can still do things that are fun and exciting for half of that price. I don't need to spend $10,000 on traveling in 1 year. So that will definitely go down next year, and I have to make a concerted effort to make sure that it goes down, because I've kind of gotten in that pattern of like, fuck it, I got an extra 3 G's in my bank account, so like, let's go do it. I think that mentality also partially comes from because I am a decent earner right now, and so I know even if I don't have that in the bank account, I know it only takes me a couple of paychecks, really only like 1 or 2, to get back up to where I need to be or to pay for the trip. I need to get over that mental hurdle of just saying fuck it all the time on these big ticket items. But I also need to get over the fuck it mentality of the smaller things, because I spent $5,000 this last year on personal. And the problem with personal is that personal category is like a catch-all category. It's like if I need new underwear, it's like if I need new cleaning products, it's like if I need to go cut my hair, or I need to pay for a date, or, you know, buy somebody a birthday present. Like, personal is so wide of a net. It's like clothes. It's like I went over in my entertainment, so I'm going to take out a personal. Like, it's a little bit too catch all. And so I look at that $5,000 of, I don't remember what I spent that $5,000 on, which I'm not super proud of, because a lot of it, when I started going through my old budgets and looking at where this, I mean, on average, that means I spent $411 on average a month on just personal shit. So that's things like saying yes too often. Like, I don't know how many times I just randomly decided to donate $100 to somebody who was doing a fundraiser, which is a good thing to do, but like, that's a lot. It really adds up when I just say fuck it and I'm like, I can afford it. It's no big deal. And I really treated myself on my birthday this year. In addition to traveling for $10,000 this year, what the fuck was I thinking? I spent like another $1,000 on my birthday, and it was like doing stuff, like buying a pair of shoes and then treating myself to dinner 100 times. I don't know. No, I did get a massage. That's what it was. I got a bougie ass massage. But like things like that, deciding randomly to spend $300, it affects your average cost per month. And I guess I never really thought like, $300 divided by 12, it's not that much money. So like, but if I do that 10 times in a year, like that's going to bring up my monthly expenses almost $300 a month. Like it's insane. So I need to stop doing that shit so much. And I need to start thinking about, do I need this? Not can I afford it? Because if I ask, can I afford it? Usually I'll be able to tell myself, yeah, I can afford this. But if I ask myself, do I need this? I think the answer is going to be a little different. Because most of the time I probably don't need it. I just want it. And if I think or wait on it for a day or two, it's probably not going to be something that I really want or need. So, personal, I'm very disappointed in my personal. I was supposed to spend on average $200 a month on personal, which includes like dating and all the random things, and it's that catch-all bucket. And I ended up spending about $400 a month on average on personal. So not pumped about that. One that surprised me was transportation. And I think it's because I didn't account for things like city stickers, parking tickets, Ubers, traffic tickets. Did I say enough tickets yet? And in Chicago, it's like you're guaranteed to get like 2 tickets a year because it's Chicago. So my budgeted amount per month was supposed to be $175, and that includes car insurance too. And I spent about $309 a month on transportation, which is a lot more than I would have thought. I would have thought transportation would have been my smallest categories, but actually my smallest category ended up being health and medical, which I guess is a good thing, and I should be grateful for that. But that like even includes my gym. So I spent less than $2,000 on health and medical this year. I spent $1,600, well $1,700. I did stay in budget with groceries, which is cool, I guess. I don't know how. I don't even know. So groceries, that surprises me only because I cook so much, and if anything, I would have thought I went over in groceries, but clearly I'm actually on point for groceries, which is nice. The only thing I was under budget on was health and medical and utilities, cell phone. And actually, I didn't put as much money as I wanted on debt, even though I put about $20,000 on debt this last year. I put my goal now these days, and they've changed since my salary has changed. I got a promotion a few months ago, so my goal changed from putting $1,000 extra a month on, or $1,000 a month on debt, to about $1,800 a month on debt, and I am on average under budget for that. I'm only putting on $1,600 a month, so I need to get that up, and if not more than $200 extra up. So yeah, so I'm a little bit disappointed in my overt bouginess still, and my tendency to just say fuck it on so many things. But I'm really glad I did this because it gives me kind of a guideline of what I need to do now, and how like a reminder of when I say fuck it, like these things really add up. Like, especially if I say fuck it 5 times a week on things that even are $20 or $100. And I need to stop asking myself, can I afford this? Because apparently my answer is always, yes, I can afford this. Fuck. But good news is I have about $13,000 saved up in my bank account, which I'm going to keep using for investments. I've been investing with a local real estate company, doing flip properties, and have been getting 20% returns on some of that. So that has helped a lot. And then the person that I'm investing with has random opportunities. So I don't know if that's something I'll be able to continue to do. I hope it is, because it's an awesome return. But that is good news, and I have about $30,000 in my 401k, which at this time last year, I only had about 11. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. That's good, and I've just been like slowly increasing it, and now I put in about 11% in my 401k each month. After I am done paying off my debt, I'm going to start investing in some index funds and doing all that good stuff. So anyway, here's what I learned. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but I also have to keep in mind how far I've come, and the fact that I even know what I'm talking about these days to an extent on some of these things, and also just like the bitch slap of reality and putting my ego back down in place and saying that I still have a lot to learn when it comes to personal finance. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this and would like to hear more of my money woes, feel free to hit that subscribe button and tell me what you think down below. Thanks.